Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Locking It In with Deb and Pear. I'm Deb, and I'm a realtor.
I'm Pear, and I'm a loan officer.
And we are bringing you the weekly real estate report for December 13th, 2021. If you live in the state of Washington, you should know that prices rose in the state a little more than 15% last year.
On homes, you mean?
On homes. Yes, specifically on homes. That's what we're talking about here, home prices. And in some areas, though, that was a lot lower, such as in Seattle. New listings, etc., are similar to last year. However, the amount of home appreciation has leveled off considerably in the Seattle area. Prices there, the median is $765 as opposed to $760 a year ago. On the east side, however, the east side of Seattle and in southeast King County, prices are up over 26%, which is a lot. And Kitsap County, although they have a very low supply, a little over a half a month, prices are up almost 14%. However, the median home price there is around $500,000, which is a lot lower than Seattle, which was $765. I think that's where you want to go to buy a house if it doesn't matter where you live, or try Skagit and Whatcom County up north near the border. Those prices have gone up between 21 and 26.5%. King and Snohomish County in 2022 are expected to increase 8% in Snohomish County and 11% in Pierce County. So that's an overview of the local market here in Washington. Now, if you're one of those home buyers that's willing to stick it out through the holidays, you will have a serious advantage over home buyers who take a break during this time of year. This year, there are a lot more buyers opting out of taking a seasonal break. In other words, there's a little more competition than there generally is in December. Buyers are getting a little more serious. They're sticking it out a little more rather than taking a break, which is something to know if you're waiting until the holidays pass before buying a home. Inventory is really, really low, and it's a very good time to think about selling your home. Or if you want to refinance your home so you can remodel, you may want to know how much your home is worth. One of the first things you might see is your tax assessed value, which is not what you're going to get if you sell your home or refinance. The tax assessed value is what you pay real estate taxes on. It is much lower because it is based upon a group of houses all judged together as though they were the same. And these appraisals are generally from the outside, and they're done automatically based on how many square feet you have, how many rooms you have, etc. Your tax assessment doesn't know you've remodeled or updated. They don't have an exact estimate on your square footage. You may have had an unfinished basement. Now more of it is finished. There are all kinds of things within there that aren't included in your home value if you were to sell it. And you would sell it for the market value, which is the value you would expect to sell it for in the market. How do you figure that out? You could try going on Zillow. Now, Zillow will not be accurate either. Those values are also automatically calculated the same way tax values are. They're based upon recent sales, and they electronically do some calculations, etc. But quite often there are inappropriate homes included in there in the estimate. I have gone in there and I've found waterfront properties included with non-waterfront properties, etc. So that value will not be 100% accurate. It may not even be close. It may be quite far off. And if you do want to know how much your home is really worth, you could call an appraiser and hire them just to give you an appraisal for your house. However, that does cost money. How much does an appraisal cost these days?
About $800, $900.
$800 or $900. Now, what if you just want an appraisal to get a value of your house and you're not getting refinancing,
I don't know.
like a pre-sale appraisal.
I don't know.
An appraisal is, I wouldn't say that you would need to do that necessarily unless you have a really strange house. A realtor, a real estate agent who's familiar with the area can easily give you a market value, an approximate value. And we do this by looking at sales during the past 6 months and what's on the market now. And we can give you a high end, a low end, and what we think that your home will sell for. We have the ability to look at the pictures, compare homes more directly. And this is something that it might be worthwhile for you to do if you really want to know how much your home is worth. To know what your proceeds would be if you sold it, then you would need to subtract what you owe plus the costs of selling it, which would include an appraisal. It would include closing costs. It would include your down payment, real estate brokerage fees, which will be less if you sell it yourself, but so will the sale price. If you know the sell off of your home, then you can just add 20%, 10%,
Probably 15%.
15%.
12 to 15%.
And that should give you your total expenses associated with the sale. And what's left over is what you get back. And ideally, most of that would go into your next home. And then you can look for that home, considering that to be your down payment. We have been talking a lot lately about rent, and it is a serious, serious matter. And it's anticipated that in 2022, rent will go up even higher. In fact, rent is probably the fastest growing household expense, and it is growing faster than your income. If you're a teacher and your rent goes up $400, you're going to have to downsize. And I do mean downsize. You'll have to move out and you'll have to get a smaller apartment. It's really becoming a potentially awful situation. Most of the new construction is going into higher end homes. I don't really see a lot of mid-scale developments coming at all. I see houses going up just down the street, across the street on these little tiny, tiny lots. And these houses are so skinny, you wonder how anyone could live in there. And they're not even tiny homes. They are using every ounce of real estate in developed areas rather than developing new areas, which seems not so productive. In any case, I don't think rents will be going down anytime soon. So plan ahead or get yourself into a mortgage with a payment that won't change. And Perrin, what do you have to say today?
Well, it's a beautiful day. With the change in the coming of the new year, loan limits have gone up for FHA, conventional, and VA. Like for FHA, they vary by county. For conventional, they've gone up by state. If you were trying to go FHA before, you may be able to do it now if the price was too high for FHA.
Okay, and how much did it go up? Is there a certain percentage?
It went up about 50 grand here in Pierce County and in Kitsap County too. It just depends on the county.
For instance, the lending limit is 50,000. That means you can get a loan that is that much higher
Yes.
than you could before using FHA.
Yes.
Now,
Or conventional.
Or conventional. Before, if you needed that much money, what, you have to go jumbo?
Yes.
Okay.
Or high cost, which is worse pricing, but still possible.
Okay.
Not as bad as jumbo pricing.
Okay. Is that similar to hard money?
No.
No. Okay.
No, it's similar to a paper.
Okay. Now tell us what a paper is.
That's the best deal out there. That's the 3% deal or the low interest rate deal.
So the highest credit score, the highest credit worthiness?
Yes.
Yeah. For December 13th, 2021, this is Locking It In with Deb and Pear, wrapping it up until next week. And we'll bring you more real estate news and information. And if you have questions, if you want to be a guest or want us to cover a specific topic, let us know. And remember, like and subscribe. And we will see you all next week.
Thank you.